guys, hope you're having a great day and a great start to your week. Before I get into this video, I just wanted to give you a thank you for watching my videos, and if you enjoy my content, I would ask that you would give it a thumbs up because it really helps me, and commenting and sharing and liking really helps promote this content, and it spreads the word around. And if you enjoy this and you want others to enjoy it, I would really love it if you could help me out. And also, I want to give a big shout out to my editor, Santana McCarthy. She does an amazing job every time that I ask her to edit my vlogs. She just does such a good job, and she puts so much work into it, so much time. She is the girl to hit up, and she is wonderful. She does a great job. Now I want to get into the video, and today we are going to be taking an exciting look out of the new Urban Decay Born to Run palette. And it is not super new, it's been out for a while, but it is really exciting. It's 21 shades, and it is just really nice. I have had the chance to use every shade, and I have a full idea of what I think about the palette now. And the great thing about this palette is it's just really cool because it's got all these pictures from around the world and just of traveling in general, and as the name implies, Born to Run, it just makes you think of traveling, and it makes me think of happiness, and I love to travel, and it just speaks to my heart, and it helps me with my goals. And so yeah, I have my passport here, and it's just fun. I'm excited because anytime I use this palette, it just makes me think about going places and helps me stay focused on my goals of my everyday life, so that way I can travel. And so using this palette while in my everyday life helps me to focus on completing my everyday tasks so I can go and travel. And this is kind of fun. So my passport, I actually had a Chinese passport, and I will show you this because it's in Chinese and it's really cool. And that was my picture when I was 3, and it's canceled now, but I have to carry it around with me anytime I travel, so that way they can see, and so it's kind of fun. I thought you guys might enjoy that, and of course it just fits right in with the theme of the video. And so yeah, we are going to be doing a full face of makeup. I just kind of want to do a sit down, get ready with me, and mainly focus on the eyeshadow palette, but I am going to do an entire face. I have my little palette here. This is actually a lid to a candle, and I use it as a palette for my foundation. I have had a crazy week. I've had my ups and my downs because I actually had to drop my first college class, and I had to withdraw from it mid-semester, and I really hated doing that, but I was in deep enough and realized that I couldn't maintain the grade that I wanted, and so it's never fun to do that, but when you are in over your head and you realize it's time to pull out, then I guess it's better to pull out than to let your pride get the better of you and therefore lower your GPA. It just seemed like this was going to be a really good semester I could just tackle and do really well in, and instead it turned out to be, so far has turned out to be a wreck. And it's maybe a lesson I need to step back and say, alright, you know, you just need to calm yourself and realize that you don't have it all. You don't have your life in order like you thought you did. You just have to like put it in God's hands and be like, you know what, I don't have it. Like, I can't do this alone. I can't do this alone. And you have to lean on God more and fully give him your life. And by the way, I have not been explaining at all what I'm doing, but I just basically took my foundation here. I'm using the Light Illusion by Flower Beauty in the shade L3 Nude, and I really love this stuff. It actually has octinoxate, titanium dioxide, and zinc oxide in it, which are physical sun blocks, and they are nice. I'm actually considering doing a basically a review of the foundation alone. If you guys would like that, let me know. It's a super foundation. I love it. And then I went and took my Wet n Wild concealer, and this is in the shade Light Ivory, and just put that under my eyes to brighten those up a bit. And then I set it with a pressed powder. Now I'm going to go into loose powder and set the rest of my face. This foundation leaves my skin a little bit tacky, but not too bad. But enough that I like to set it. Yeah. So yeah, how are you guys? I feel like that I don't have time for my friends like I wish. So if you're watching this and you want to hang out, I'd like to hang out too. So just bear with me while I'm in school and trying to figure my life out. So now I am taking my this is not Wet n Wild. This is Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And what I have been doing is taking my biggest brush. I love this thing. And this used to be my powder brush, but I realized that I needed a bigger brush for my bronzer. And I've just been tapping it in right here. And it warms my face up. Yeah. Wow, what is going on with this lighting? And it's very subtle. This color is very subtle. This is in Sun-Kissed Bronzer. And it gives me a light brushing. I don't feel like it's too ridiculously overkill when I use this. And yeah. I also have this, this is Lisa Frank, which seems like kids makeup, and maybe it is, who knows, whatever, I don't care. And it's a perfect color though for me. It was given to me out of an Ipsy bag that one of my friends, she gets that subscription, and this wasn't something she used, but it's actually a very nice color for me. And I feel like that I can put it right in the middle here, and it deepens things up just a little. I'm going to take my Master Chrome highlighter by Maybelline, and I just take this fluffy brush and I put it on the high points here. And I just put that, and I feel like it has been a nice... I have switched around the way I use my products, or the way I apply my products by the brushes that I use. I am pretty much done. Alright, so my camera just shut off for, you know, the unforeseeable future and told me I didn't need to be filming, so, you know, there's that. So what I did, or what I'm doing, is taking this brush, and all these are Sedona brushes that I got off of AliExpress, and they were like really cheap, and they are so nice. They're really nice brushes. They're actually even cheaper than Real Techniques, and I just love them. I think they are the best brushes, and nice quality for inexpensive, and they're actually really soft and really good quality, and I just couldn't ask for better brushes. And so there's that. I just contoured my nose a bit, and it's very subtle, but I like to do that. And let's see, what else? So now, face is done. Eyebrows are not done, but they don't look too bad, right? I try to pluck them, and that helps keep them looking sharp. Okay, so now, going into this palette, I'm going to prime my eyes with my Shadow Insurance by Too Faced. And of course you all know I like doing this. It sets it, it makes my eyeshadow last longer, and it gives me a blank canvas. Some people prefer not to set their eyeshadow. I'm going to take this brush. This is the AOA Studio E127, and I'm going to go into this color Weekender here and just fluff that all over to set my lid. And it's a little darker than my skin. It is darker than my skin, but I feel like that it's a good color to put all over my lid because it just gives me that it actually gives me that transition that I like to have, and it's just a little darker than my regular skin. It doesn't wash me out instead. And so now, what are we gonna do? So I really like this palette because it is, now in the video these may look like really bright colors, but to me they're very muted. And I say that because a lot of palettes that are coming out nowadays are really wild and really bright and really vivid, and I feel like that these were more, this is a nice fall palette because it's got like these oranges and it's got these golds and it's got some nice purples, and like these aren't super fall, but I feel like that the browns that they provide, they're all just really nice colors and they can be used as a great fall palette. And then also it's got some purples in it, for instance this one and these two. These are pinky, but when I use them with the purple one, it's really nice. I had a really fun color, or a really fun look that I took out of that by using just those three colors as the main colors. And so today, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I'm probably going to do, my favorite look coming out of this palette has been more of a gold look, and so that's probably what I'm gonna go with. It's a fairly wearable everyday look, and I'm going to take this, what brush is this? This is my blending crease brush, and I got it at Target. It's a nice brush. I'm trying to think of the brand. I think it is Sonya Kashuk, and I am going to take Riff here, and I'm just going to, whoops, I cannot see. I'm going to have to look over here a little bit. And just put that in the very center of my eye. And the great thing about these shadows is they are not super powdery. They're actually this is probably the best quality palette I have ever owned, and Urban Decay makes good quality shadows. They're not too ridiculously dusty, and I do feel like that they took a lot of time working with the formula to make it just right. And the shimmers are really nice, and the mattes are really nice. They just don't feel cheap. They don't fluff out, and they, when I first dipped into any one of these colors, it didn't leave a bunch of powder around the pan, and I really liked that. So I do love purple, so I'm actually thinking now that I might do a gold purple kind of look. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna play. We're gonna see what happens. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take this Real Techniques 305 brush, and I'm going to go into this shade called Hell Ride, and we are going to place that. Where am I gonna put that? I'm gonna put that on the bottom. So lower, much lower. Purple, I feel like looks really good on my eyes with my cool toned skin, and so any chance that I have to play with purple, I usually take it and run. And yeah, so I just put that on the very bottom, lower than where I put the transition color, and blend that out pretty well. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my NYX Glitter Glue, and this is extra tacky, and I like to put it right on the lower lash, which is where I just put the dark purple, or the deep purple, but what I'm gonna do is just place it in the very center, low bottom, and a little bit on the outside here. I'm gonna do that on the other side. This is already drying. It's already drying so bad, like super tacky. The air is getting to it. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my middle fingers, and the reason why I use my fingers to dip into my shimmer shadows is A, the heat from my fingers, and B, the oils from my fingers. It helps make it more vivid. And so I'm going to take this shade called Guilt Trip, which is the purple in the middle, and I'm going to place it right on top. But I'm going to focus it, I think, on the middle. See that? And then I'm going to do that to this side. Yeah! I love it! And then I'm going to take my ring finger, keep going, just go down the line with the fingers, and I think I'm going to take the color Smog, which is this gold color here, and I'm going to place that on the very outer corner of my eye. And I'm going to do that to the other side. And I like having the darker outside because it gives dimension to the eye, and just has a different effect than if you had the purple all over the entire. And then, here we go, keep going. I'm going to take my pinky, and I think I'm going to go into Blaze, which is this, it's a shimmery light cream color, and I'm going to lightly put it right here to brighten up that part. And go on the same on this end. And then I'm going to take my finger, my middle finger again, go back into Guilt Trip, and just blend those colors together. There we go. Another brush here. This is the AOA Studio E128 brush, and I like this because of the way that it's shaped. It's got this funny little like foot thing here, and it's hard to see because it's dirty, I apologize, but it's like angled, and all the bristles are cut off there, and I really like that. So I'm going to now take this color called Good Is Gone. It is this dark brown shade, and I'm going to deepen out this outer V again and try to create that dimension I was talking about. Do it again to this side, and just deepen it up even more. Yeah. And then I'm going to take this transition shade, go back into Riff, and I think I'm going to dip also a little bit into Still Soft, and mix these two colors, and just place that on the top here, over top of the whole thing. This is a multi-dimensional look with a purple, a little bit of pink, a little bit of brown, and it's fun. What do you think? I like it. So when I'm looking this way, it looks more brown, but then when I close my eyes, oh, surprise, there's some purple. So anyway, yeah, so that is kind of a look of the palette. I'm now going to put on my eyelashes. Not my eyelashes, I'm going to just put on mascara. I think I am going to put on some eyeliner, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I used my Lash Princess mascara from Essence. I used my Jet Black E.L.F. eyeliner liquid, and then I used my Mega Last Wet n Wild retractable eyeliner, and I lastly used Wet n Wild liquid lipstick in Rebel Rose, which is my favorite nudie pink color, and I think that it just tied the look together. It's kind of fun. It's a little, I like it for fall, and I think that, again, this is a great palette. What did I do with it? I think it's a great palette, and it just helps me kind of think about my goals. My passport and my Born to Run palette just make me think about my goals and help me to focus on what I really want in life and to work harder. And so yeah, I think that it's important to have your things to help push you along, and these are what help push me along. And yeah, in my future, I want to travel. I really want to travel the world, and you know, if I sink my roots down overseas, that may be something that I will do eventually. It may not be, but it could be, and if it is, then I want to be in that mindset and ready for it. And so yeah, so having this palette is super fun for me, and I think, again, the quality of the palette itself is just amazing, and the variety that you can have while you're on vacation or whatever. You can have a bunch of different looks just from one palette. And it's also got this really nice mirror. It's really big, and it's super dirty because I've been playing with it so much, and you know, whatever. But anyway, it's nice and weighty. It's a good quality palette. It's like plastic, but it's like a really thick, heavy plastic, which I really like. And I just can't believe how little, when I looked at the ingredients in here, there are not a lot of ingredients, and it actually was really cool to see. I was like, okay, so there's not a lot of ingredients. You can have a really nice quality palette with just a few ingredients, rather than having a, you know, palette that's got a million different ingredients. And I didn't talk about any one particular ingredient because I haven't had the chance really to do a lot of research about ingredients. But if you do like those videos where I go into depth about certain ingredients, let me know and I will continue to do those. I have just been super busy. I haven't had a lot of motivation and time to spend researching one single product or ingredient. And so again, if you liked those videos, just let me know. I'd be happy to do more of those videos. I thought they were fun, and I would like to get back into those. And so yeah, I hope this video was somewhat inspiring, and if not, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that I'm trying to keep my own spirits up sometimes, and it can be a bummer. School can be a bummer a lot of times, and so you know, you get kicked down and you just say, no, I'm getting back up and I'm gonna try again. And so yeah, I hope that this helps someone. I hope that maybe you pick this palette up. I forgot to mention, it is $49. I think it was $59 at some point, but they dropped it since it's been out for a little while. And yeah, I'm not sure. I believe it is permanent. They were gonna have it as limited time, but I believe now it is rather permanent. They could take it away at some point, but I believe that it is pretty easy to get right now and not something they're going to take away. Though they are taking the first Naked palette away, and if you have that palette, which I don't, but if you do and you want to grab it up before they fully take it away, then maybe do that right away. I'm not sure when the last day is that they're going to be selling it on their website is. So anyway, yeah, so again, I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope that you will tune in to see me next time. Thanks guys, bye!